A one-size-fits-all strategy. Does it exist? It doesn't, but as you're about to see, unfortunately, a lot of people apparently think that it does. I got this comment on YouTube, and basically, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's clear that the impression this person is under is that there is a sort of right and wrong way to trade, which is not true. Now, from a broad sense, yes, of course there's a right and wrong way to trade. You need to have a strategy. That strategy needs to be centered around risk control, risk management. Understand, is the risk worth the reward? So yes, that is a right way to trade. But then there's the other way where how do you take the right way and then actually apply it to the markets? And some people, and I'm not blaming this person because I can see why they may think this, because a lot of people out there, hey, buy my system, buy my strategy. I'll teach you how to trade like me, which implies that, hey, my strategy is a one-size-fits-all. It works for me, therefore it'll work for everybody. And I mean, that's a great sales pitch. That's a great marketing way to go about it. But that's just not how it actually works. I've done this many times before. But why doesn't that work? I'll nutshell it in one or two words. Personal risk tolerance. 3 words. There we go. I can count. Personal risk tolerance, meaning some people have fun skydiving. Other people have fun curled up next to a fire reading a book. Are either of those people wrong in the sense of, the proper way to have fun? No, but do both of those people clearly have different risk tolerances? Yeah, apparently they do. Same is true for trading. Your risk tolerance, how you're made up as a human being up here, is going to play a large role in a strategy and if it works for you. But a lot of people, like I said, portray and then brainwash people like this person has clearly been brainwashed that, there's only one way. Why is it your way and not my way? Which, no, that's not. My way is, hey, let's manage risk. Let's focus on having an actual strategy. Let's focus on, broad concepts. But to the nitty gritties, as you're about to see, this is not how the market works. So this person says, I like the 1 minute time frame. Tell me why that's not the way to watch a chart real time. I'm not going to tell you that. Does it work for you? Are you having success watching the 1 minute chart? If so, then why would you change? Who cares what I think about the 1 minute chart? If the 1 minute chart is working for you in whatever strategy you have, and that's how you like watching the market in real time, there's really no discussion here. That I don't need to persuade you. That would be stupid of me to persuade you. Why would I persuade you away from something if it's consistently working over time? Now, like I said, clearly this person, I don't know where they developed this from. I don't know if they thought that maybe they did pay for somebody and that somebody said, hey, you have to use a 1 minute time frame because that's part of the strategy that you just paid for. So perhaps that's why they're so kind of rigid in thinking that I need to convince them to not do what they're doing. Like I said, I'm not sure where that's coming from other than the fact that apparently this person thinks that somehow they need to be persuaded away from something when no, do it. If it's working, then go for it. So just keep that in mind. You got to be very careful. There's a little bit of gray because yes, there are right ways to trade, but how you do the right ways and kind of implement them. If you want to use a 1 minute chart to implement risk management, to implement all those things that matter that I've talked about, awesome. If it works, I don't use the 1 minute, but that doesn't mean that I'm wrong. That doesn't mean that you're wrong. That doesn't mean that I'm right. I choose to use other, time frames because that best suits me. So keep that in mind. There is nothing as rigid as you got to do this, and then you got to do this, and you have to use this, and then you have to do that. No, there's plenty of gray area in the sense of, forming and manipulating a strategy that works for you. So don't fall into the trap, which a lot of people out there try to imply that there's some sort of set way that you have to trade. And in this case, well, you have to use the 1 minute time frame. No, use whatever you want, but make sure that you're using something that you feel comfortable with. If you are out there trading alone currently and maybe are in the market looking for a community to join to assist you in your trading or to just help you, give you another set of eyeballs, then I do have a private trading community where you can trade alongside me and other experienced traders. So what you see popping up on the screen right now is both an information link. So if you click on the inner circle one, that is going to take you to the page where I explain all the details of what exactly come with the community, both the chat room and the newsletter. And then the other image that has popped up is a behind the scenes tour where you can see exactly
what is going to, be contained within the community. I take you through, like I said, a behind the scenes tour of everything, and that way you'll know precisely what you are getting, when you join. So definitely check that stuff out if you are interested and thinking about, wanting to join a community, and let me know if you have any questions.